loud. Share anything you don't want me to ever record, just say, hey, stop recording, and I'll do it.
So,
all right, good to go.
How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Everything all right? Hope to hear so. So we wanted to talk about Google Sites, right? Google Sites is something I've been using for a long time as a hub, not only to link build to, but to send traffic through, right? So I build out Google Sites. There's a bunch that we do to it, not just the Google site, which I'm going to show y'all in a little while, some of the stuff going on a demo site. So, excuse me, why I use a Google site, right? Because it's a Google property, right? Google loves Google. Brent will get into all that a lot more. You know, he explains things technically better than I do. The Merlino way is, like I'm always say, brand, build your entity, branded traffic, right? Building Google stacks and all those things that we do, which you'll see a little preview. All that's doing is showing Google that we're a brand, right? We're building social profiles. We're building a Google site, Google documents, Google images, paintings, drawings, right? The whole thing, if you guys know what a Google stack is. Then we do some stuff aside from the Google properties on some other properties, and we embed them all on the Google site so that the Google site becomes this hub, like I was explaining. Again, I'm going to show you an example of this so you guys can see it, but I would like to explain it out. We embed all types of properties onto the Google site itself. So your website will be embedded on there. The GMB will be embedded on there. Twitter Moments will be embedded on there. Your Blogger, your Tumblr, whatever you have, we're going to embed onto the Google site. Then when we set up traffic, right, we run it through the Google site. So it'll go through the Google site, then hit one of the properties we decide to hit and send it to the target destination that we want, right? Which is referral traffic, not direct traffic. You can't send but so much direct traffic until, like Brent will explain, the algorithm is going to pick you up as an outlier, right? Is it outlier or outlayer? Sorry if I'm saying it wrong, Big Brent. You don't want to leave that pattern, right? So you need to send the traffic from where traffic comes from if you are a big brand that is getting searches from real people. Social media, Google sites, and remember the Google site we're covering up with the embed, which we'll get into later. PR, news sites, right? Which is why Holly's network, people sleep on. Me and Brent were having a whole deep convo on that, right? It's not all about what we think is the quality of the link, right? Is there traffic on the fucking link? Is there relevancy on the link, right? So these are all the things on why we've decided to start with the Google site as a hub, because it gives you something to run your traffic through. And again, link building, right? While you're brand building and stacking your entity and your prominence in Google's eyes. So that was kind of a detailed, quick explanation. I'll let Brent give you something that sounds a little bit more.
Yeah. So Mike, just before you go, this hub is branded out, or is it, you know, I think you should explain if it's branded or if it's an offsite G site. There's a question here. Yeah, there's a question if it's to use multiple G sites for the same project. I think.
So yes.
Right.
Great question. That's something we could definitely do. And there's multiple different sites that we get into and build. It's not, I'm not going to say we build a whole branded site. No, the brand is super mentioned on it, but the keywords is on there. Like, you know, we're also doing it to rank and associate everything that we do, right, with our brand on this property. That makes sense, right? So it's not just all branded. No.
Yeah. So just from a technical standpoint, first we need to start with what an algorithm is. And I've mentioned this in this group before, so we'll go over it again quickly. Does anyone know what the best part of an algorithm is? You can either put it in chat or I can give you a yes/no question. So is it really good at ranking different entities or different sites in the search results? Or does it pick outliers or differences in data? Does anyone know it? Yeah, it's all about numbers. That's right. So an algorithm is really, really good at picking out the differences scenarios, right? So we talked a long time ago. People talked a lot about how Google would penalize them, right? They put just a massive amount of links on something, and that was the way to do it back in the day. And then it's become not so much. But if you really think about it, if you have all these links on one side and you have no traffic coming to your site on the other side, what do you think an algorithm would pick up? And it could be vice versa, right? So let's say we're CTR, and we talk about CTR a lot in here, and we're the other way. We're firing in all kinds of traffic, but we have no way to get it there. We have 13 citations and a Facebook page, right? So there's no traffic. There's no avenue for the traffic to get to the site. So the algorithm picks up those outliers. So you can fix either one of those things. One, if you got all kinds of traffic, because we're CTR and we have that ability, we can run the other way. We just have to increase the links so that we have traffic coming from somewhere, or vice versa. If we have all kinds of links, then you have to add traffic to get everything to the site and Google to think it's legit because there's a source for that traffic to come from. So this hub gives you a shielded way of sending traffic. So with CTR, so we build the hub, and it gives us, just think of it as a really crazy, like, New York City map of different URLs coming in, and 3 on-page URLs is arguably equal to 1 off-page URL or link. So running all of that traffic and building this site out gives us a massive amount of places to run CTR and make the site more level, and algorithms won't pick us up. So it kind of hides that footprint, or hides the, where that traffic's coming from. So can you show the site? And you're muted, and then we'll
Yeah,
so
let me
Mike,
Mike, show now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Show the site, and then we can kind of go from the middle and go out to what actually happens.
Okay.
In the chat, if everyone can just hit a one if they know, if they're if they understand stacks. Okay, George Johnson. Okay, so maybe is there twos if you just don't understand what a stack is, so that we can, that we don't lose anybody. Okay, so once Mike gets it up, we can show you what a stack is. So start there, please, Mike.
Yep. Give me 1 second. Sorry for the delay.
Yeah, no trouble.
All right. So now
Alfredo, I was with you. Yes and no. So there's all kinds of people that think stacks are different things. So we're going to show you what
you see.
Right now we're on the 12 dumpster.
Okay, great. All right. So this is the site. This is a Google sites.google, right? So when we say a Google site, that's what we mean. When I say a GMB site, it's the free GMB business website, right? That you could launch inside the GMB.
You might have heard, these could also be used as Web 2.0s, but these are going to be more of an entity owned by yourself than just something with a little blurb on it. This is a built out site.
Yep. So this is a site, land on it, has a call to action, right? We've localized, we built this kind of like to make Will feel a little happy and stuff, right? We got the local news, the local weather widget, it's localized. I thought you'd like that, Will. Got call to action, got the content, and then the stuff, these are the images and all the items from a Google stack which either Brent, or I'll even ask my boy EJ to come in and maybe describe some of the stack stuff in detail, because I'm not really trying to get into all that. These are all slides and images, right? Keywords, logo, whole bunch of stuff that hopefully you guys know what that is, right? These are the docs, the articles from within the Google stack, which again, if you don't know, we'll get into.
So maybe before we go any farther, we'll just explain what the stack is.
Sure. Go ahead.
So if you have, we all have Google Drive, and you get your Google Drive and you make a public folder. It's a little more difficult now than it used to be. but you can get a script to make it public. Once that's public, then it can be indexed, right? So then everything that's inside Google Drive, can you open a Google Drive? Do you have an empty one? I don't just open one because there might be some stuff on there you don't even see.
Yeah,
But
no, that's what I didn't really prep.
okay. So
I'll try to, let me stop sharing and check real quick.
So inside a Google Drive, there's drawings, there's your ability to draw, there's docs, there's sheets, there's and then you can iframe just about anything, and all those different properties or free items that Google gives us, we start naming them out to your keyword list and have links on them. So you could have so your Google Doc could have all your citation links on it, and it can have all of the entities that you've built out or the properties that you've built out are on it. And they just sit there, and you're not hoping that anyone finds them, but if you can get them indexed, then they become backlinks to your site that you control. And then you can run traffic to those things, and they will then go back to either citation and boost your citation, or they'll go directly back to the site that this one is, and then that builds that site up, and then it powers up your money site. So really, we're trying to get all that traffic back to the site and to generate the most clean links that you could possibly have. And then you have this also as a buffer. So you have this, you have this hub, and then you can have kind of a tier 2 outside. So a web 2.0 outside of it. And then your Fiverr links that you're buying for, a dime a dozen with spam scores that are through the roof, or even non-relevant content, then they can link down through into your hub, which powers up your hub, then powers up your page without any bad link equity. Does everyone kind of understand the? And go down a little bit. Go down to, so these pages that Mike was showing you, keep going, the resource pages.
Okay.
So these are all, see how these pages are just made, that's a doc. So it's a doc with all the information linked out, right? You're using header tags the same way, your H1, your H2, your H3 tags. You're building it out like a really low content page.
And each one of these articles, sorry, is like a different keyword, right, guys? So that's why there's so many of them. Sorry to cut you off, Brent.
Nope, that's perfect.
And so I don't have the full stack, but like this, right, is one of the things embedded in here, right? Just so you guys could understand. And then that's something else that's in there. That's something else that's in there. Yeah, that's the slides that are in there, right? And then all of these things together, plus a couple other, is what creates a Google stack, as we call it. Then we stack them all on the Google site. So I hope that makes sense, right? These are PDFs.
Let me say one thing.
Say again?
Just one thing. Just let me say one thing. So if anybody have ever bought a Fiverr offer and they call it a stack, you should immediately see the difference between this and what you bought. Yes. Because what you bought don't look nothing like this, because this is what I call a true stack, a true advanced stack.
Thank you, Will. I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you. You haven't even seen the whole thing yet. If anybody has ever seen a site or has a site like this, DM me, because I want to see it. Real talk. I gotta take a little bit of pride in this shit right here. I'm gonna keep it real with you. So I'm gonna keep going, because we ain't even get started yet. For those of you that do know stacks, wait till you see the rest. So you keep going, you got more stuff. You got your Google Slides here, right? You got your calendar embed. Oh no, these are more keywords. And then we do keywords, right? And we do keywords by location. We also do keyword with entity and stack them up with the location. So we make sure we're sending the relevancy where we need to send it. We also use a link shortener, give it a little extra kick. You could, and let me drop this link in the chat. Sorry, I should have did that a while ago so you guys could explore. But I would suggest you watch while we explain at the same time. Okay, now check this out, y'all. Hey, Will, can I get some love though? Because I told you I've been doing this since we first met. I don't know if you thought I was joking though. Local news fed into my Google site, dog. Understand what Mike is saying. Learn and listen. RSS feed, local news. Let's go back to the top. News in, local news. How often does a Google site get crawled if you're updating it, right? I mean, who knows, right? But let's keep going. Got all these keyword stacks, location stats, local news, more articles, more links here with the and by the way, a whole IFTT network is built for this. Some other properties that you're still going to see. This is a Google form, I believe. Open this up. So there's a form. Beautiful content.
So
are you looking for? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So every one of these things that you can find outside of the widgets and that RSS feed, which is a built out another entity or another property, or but every one of these things can be found in your Google Drive. You know, obviously you need to put them together and make them look nice, but forms are there, sheets are there, you know, the slides are there, the slideshows are there, they're all there. and Google loves itself, right? That's an important thing to know.
And we have here, and mind you, all this, you know, keywords, entities, links, right? Everything relevant to your business, content, all in a Google form, right? People are not doing that. Your competition, unless they're serious SEOs, right? This is a I call this a fully blown form. Like, what else are you going to add to it, right? So
let me just make sure I understand, right? Just make sure. I think you're doing it the same reason why I do it. You're not just going, okay, here's my 5 keywords that I want, and I'm only going after those. You're going after hundreds, sometimes thousands of them, because you're looking at every variation that entity could possibly be. If it's a roofing tool, I'm going to have a keyword in there about fucking roofing tools.
Look,
if it's types of roofing materials, I'm going to have that shit in there. So that's why I believe Michael even mentioned before why he does different articles, different documents with different keywords, because you're going after all those freaking keywords, right?
Correct. You see this right here, guys? There's 270 keywords on this, right? This is something that I'm not saying nobody else does this. I'm not saying nobody else does this. I'm not saying nobody else does this. I created this for me. I did this. I told my team, go grab all the entities using these tools, make a Google sheet, do it like that, right? I did that. This is following something else, a template that, you know, somebody else does, but the entity part of it, I was like, oh, nah, do keywords plus geo, plus I want entities, and then I want entities plus geo, because I want to associate my fucking Google My Map listing, right, with every neighborhood, everything that I cover, right, all these areas that they cover, right? I want great service, which is not even a real keyword, right? Guess what? Google thinks it's relevant to the niche, so I want to have it related to everything. So this is an entity stack sheet. This whole sheet with all these keywords and all these different links, right, are all embedded on the site, along with the regular keyword stack, along with all the relevant links. And then here's the actual stack here. This is all the work that was done. Go ahead, Brent, sorry.
Yeah, so does everyone understand kind of what Mike's getting at? Maybe a 1 in the chat. If yes, you understand what multiple keywords does. And all right. Is there anyone that does? Is it? Holly asked if your VA built this, Mike.
Yeah, my team did this. Yeah.
That's beautiful. You can tell, I mean, your freaking team, that is fucking beautiful. When our team started doing, I used to have G stacks, and I was like, this is just, you know, it doesn't look good, and I want them to look good. I want them to look like a real site. This to me looks like a real fucking site.
Right.
You know, with everything embedded and all that shit in there.
So thank you guys. So I'm gonna keep going, because I want to smoke a little sometimes.
Can I just?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please save me, Brent.
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't understand what relevance is, or buckets, or LSI, or all of these terms that everybody uses, Michael, can you just open up a Google window and then put in dumpster? What are we on here? Dumpster. I don't care what, dumpster rental, that's it. Okay, so then go to images, please. So this is what Google thinks about dumpster rentals. 20 yard, 5 yard, residential, 10 yard, 40 yard, 6 yard. See these buckets that they put images into? Doesn't matter what niche you're in. This is what you need to have pages about. All of these things across here. Now, if you do a really good job, you are going to end up having a bucket up here with your brand, right? We don't see any brands here, but you will. You know, waste management. These are the words that should be on your site and on this Google stack. Like, I'm now building out pages based on these bucket words across the top. They're there for every niche. If you go and look, the basic buckets are there for every niche across wherever you are in the world. But there'll be some local specifics, and that's when you get into your brands.
Where's this located? What was the city name here so I could show them? Leominster.
Leominster, MA.
Leominster. Man, forget about all that. That's too complicated. Brooklyn.
Yeah, just put Brooklyn, New York. But see, so here we've got
changes a little bit, but for the most part, a lot of it will stay
keep
the
going
same.
over, but we still have yard and dumpster in Brooklyn. So if you're in a small niche, then you go to a bigger niche, or sorry, bigger location area, and then find out what those buckets are. And you use those buckets, and you know, on top of what we're talking about right now, and you're gonna change some stuff really quick. Yep. But what I'm trying to say is that all information that comes across in SEO comes across in buckets, and the only buckets we care about is what Google today thinks that is in that bucket. That might change, right? But if you're adding too many things, so we're told in copywriting that you want to tell a story, and I think I've talked about this in here before too, is you can tell a story about whatever your niche is in your content, but it can get really convoluted quickly, and it really confuses Google to say, what are you even talking about now? You know, you're talking about a dumpster, but you're talking about, you know, a clean grass yard and the grass is perfectly cut and everything was this manicured. Well, are you talking about a lawn cutting service, or are you talking about a dumpster rental? And that becomes very quick, you know, so you got to be careful. So keep to the buckets and find out what the buckets are, and you can do it with some tools, but that's the easiest way. So I hope that kind of answers what we're trying to do. We're trying to bucket up information and then put it all in one place, so that it links out as absolute. There's some other crazier stuff that's going to come up here in a minute, but that it's going to link out, and that the site that's linking to you knows everything about dumpster rental.
Yep. So after all that, right, we get to the point where we start RS feeding in Facebook posts, right? Which this is not like one of my things or whatever. This is just like a sample. But if you got IFTT hooked up and posting on your GNB often or on Twitter, you know, this is current. This is going to be like from today, latest post, right?
Does everyone know what IFTT is?
Please tell me they know what IFTT is.
If this, then that.
A syndication network?
But it's a rule, right? If this happens, then do this, then do that. Okay. So it's just how that, like, what happens to the information as it comes into the site, and then where it goes, where it gets pushed out to, and then that becomes syndication. And the difference in between duplicate content and syndication is where it comes from and how it gets there. Holly will tell you about her news. So news happens on, the same thing happens on thousands of news sites, but that's syndication. That's not duplication. So that's really important when you get into talking about IFTT. But then also the other thing that we're here is RSS. And does everyone know what RSS is before we get any further?
Please tell me I know what RSS is.
RSS.
Heard of RSS. I've already taught that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay, then we won't go there. Great.
No. Okay. I'm glad you asked, but I was about to say, oh man, please don't tell me that. I feel like I'm probably talking a foreign language to them then. Can we have a RSS feed to our G site? You're looking at a bunch of them right now, my
Yeah,
friend.
right
All
there.
of this, yeah, all half of this beauty is all from RSS feeds, right? And you want to use, excuse me, RSS.app, right? I don't care what no one else says, use this. So, all right, guys, please let me get through this. So you got your Facebook, right? You got a Google Calendar embedded. So this is also part of that stack that we were talking about, which I found the actual stack here. So I can actually show you. Oh, that's the entities G stacks right here. Let's keep that there. All right. So now we got this calendar, right? 2 events a day. You open it up, has the NAP website, the Google site, link into the Google folder with the Google stack, has content, has links, right? And guess what? This thing is pinging Google server, right? Twice a day, ping, ping, every day on a schedule. Ping, 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 ping. Very nice. Okay, we're going to move on. Y'all understand that part? Pretty simple. A little bit more content. Find us. It's a custom mind map we do, right? Put it in there. I don't think I need to explain that. I sure hope not. Then we create, you know, I don't know, you guys, right? We use Press Advantage, a press release service. And one of the reasons why I use it is because of this. They give you this hub page. And then on this hub page, you have your logo, your NAP, your map embed, which is not showing up because this GMB is suspended, right? So you guys can't do nothing even if you wanted to. Articles, all here. So we embed this onto the Google site, right? Then this is their website embedded onto the Google site.
That's
right?
the entire site.
This is the whole website is embedded
website
onto the Google site, right? Then you have, oh no, pardon me, sorry. That's the website embedded onto the Press Advantage hub page. So imagine, talk about mirrors on mirrors, embeds on embeds, right? Then you come down here, this is a Pearl Trees account. Not sure, I'll show you that from another link, which is just an account where it has everything embedded on it. Where's Pearl Trees? Let me show you in case you guys never seen a Pearl Trees account.
While you're looking for Pearl Trees, so Michael just said mirrors on mirrors. Has anyone been in a room with, you know, with 2 mirrors? Or does anyone have OBS? And when you turn your OBS on, it just goes infinitely. Well, think about what Michael just said. There's mirrors against mirrors. So you have these sites and you got a crawling bot that goes in and crawls and just gets caught in the mirrors. And it just goes around and around and around and around and around. And then the crawl budget's over and it comes out, and all it can report back to Google is that this guy knows more about this topic than anyone in the world. I couldn't get out, right? That's, you know, that's the layman way to think about what mirror on mirror is.
And shout out to Marco, Bradley, that whole clique, right? Because they're the ones that came out with that, the infinity loop. There's not no shit I created. I just want to fucking be crystal clear on that. You hear me? But I learn what I learn, and then I play and make it, you know, not make it my own, but do what I can to make it Merlino style. So this is the Pearl Trees, which just has like all the different embeds. And then you take that and it's embedded on here, right? So now this is the actual website embedded onto the Google site. This is, what is this? Oh, this looks so nice. Oh, a Weebly. Wow, that's a nice looking Weebly, bro. My team gets busy with this Weebly embedded. Got tweets getting embedded, right? Twitter feed. We got, I don't even know what this is. This is what?
Looks like another
a blogger embedded. If they had a Tumblr, it'd be in here. If there was a Blogspot, a Medium, like whatever I have, it's in there. Trust me when I tell you, my Google sites don't load. Like this one loaded right up. When you do it right, this shit's gonna take a minute to load. Might crash your computer. That's how we deliver our shits pretty much all the time. Then you got here, Pinterest, right? I've been telling y'all for a minute that if y'all not using Pinterest, bugging. I don't listen to me though, right? Brock talked about it on Patreon, and I kind of was like, you know, I'm not going to talk about it more. He mentioned it. If you're not on it, you're not on it. Can't tell me I'm not on it. We RSS feed that shit into our Google sites and send traffic to it, baby. Come on now, stay with me.
I hate to mess with your passion, Michael, but there's a question in here. Please describe what you determine entities are as. There's lots of different definitions. An
No,
entity.
yeah, we're not doing that today. Go read Clinton Dixon books or something. Like, we're not getting, honestly.
Entity
I
is a
bet you
person,
Patrick
place, or
asked
thing.
that without even looking. That was Patrick, because if it was Patrick, we're gonna move on. If it was someone else, I'll stop and answer. Was it Patrick?
Yes.
All right, no, well, Patrick, we got you later, bro. You should know what an entity is by now. Stop it.
There's
Didn't I
a
give you
good book. It's called Entity SEO. Go get it. And it's probably the best book out there. It's behind me on my damn bookshelf. Go
All
get
right,
it.
so here we go. So guys, you know what a S3, a bucket page is, right? An Amazon bucket. Yes, no, Amazon. Isn't Jensen on here teaching y'all? I mean, my boy Jesper on here teaching y'all shit on Mondays, little cloud site. So there's a little Amazon site that we do, right? Which has some embeds on it, right? Nice embeds. Gotta love the embeds. This is not coming for error. Pearl trees, embed, right? Everything's stacked up. You got your links over here. And then this is all the social profiles. Part of all of this gets all this shit gets built and more that you haven't even seen, all in part of this thing that I'm showing you, right? So that's what's in here embedded. And for this, that's the end of it. Now, one other thing, this doesn't have a GMB because it got suspended, but if it did, the map would be right here and the phone number would be on the side of it. So like the GMB would be embedded right here on the bottom of the website, right? So guys, all that was the home page. I'm not going to stop for questions at this moment right now because I just want to get through what all this is because it's not as much as it looks like, right? So somebody died at 82 years old, Russ Kruger. Anybody know who that is? Anyway, dumpster rental. You click on the keyword. So what it is each one of these is one piece of the Google stack, right? So this one is the articles, right? Then when you come here, this is the painting or the drawing or whatever it is. PowerPoint. Just flew through it real quick, right? See that, guys? Okay. And when you come here, it's whatever this is, the drawing, I guess, right? Oh, I shouldn't have closed that one sheet out. Yep, that's the drawing. See it there, guys? Open with Google Drawings. So all these are Google properties, which is what makes it a Google stack. What am I on? Dumpster rental. Okay, cheap dumpster rental. That's the Google form, right? Not going to click on it. I already showed it to you guys already, right? So next one, dumpster rental near me. It's the keyword stack, keyword links. Dumpster rental service is the map. Roll off dumpster rental is the calendar. Just associating a keyword with a Google property, all in the drive, all within the site, right? What am I up to? Roll off dumpster rental, got that one. Location. Oh, Willie Will. Let me put your face big on my screen. Hold on, I want to see Will's motherfucking reaction to this shit, boy. I can't make your face big. Damn, I wish Brent was presenting. Yo, Will, watch this, bro, and give you some love, dog. Location page. Things to do.
Yeah, nice.
Block it up, right? Driving
Nice.
directions. Come with
Love
it
it.
now. Come with it now. All of those are driving directions.
Nice.
How about little Brocky Brock in there? Little bus route hack.
Nice.
So on the Google site that we've already given them all this information, right? Then we're gonna have a little location page. Hit them with the POIs, right? Things to do. Hit them with driving directions from everywhere needed, covering the area, right? And we're gonna give them bus routes on top of it.
Nice.
Come
That's
on,
good
y'all.
to see. It's good to see someone actually doing a damn actual advanced G stack.
Are you kidding me, y'all? So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm gonna close this out. Let me see if I can find the so no, anyway, now I'll stop talking. Ask any questions. Brent, please take over. I need a break. Yeah, but that's that. So what we call this is a hero stack, right? Because this motherfucker is like a superhero, bro. You build this shit up and then you build links to this bitch like a mother, right? And you send traffic, like I always been telling y'all for a long, long time. And then, you know, if your maps don't start moving, I don't know, man. You know, something else might be wrong on the website, or, you know, you need to look at maybe some relevant niche citations or links, or, you know, who knows? Maybe you need a blast from Holly's news network. You know what I mean? But this is what I do. And send, you know, a lot of traffic, because when you use this URL and you send the traffic, you know, you can have it hit one of these other URLs, right? And then, you know, do your thing. And that's where also stuff like Holly does with micro workers comes extra valuable, right? Because you tell the dude, yo, I want you to land on my Google site, click on my Twitter, embed on there, then click on the last moment. And from the moment, I want you to click on the G, right? You understand what I'm saying? Take them through a fucking journey, right? But for me, the journey starts here, or it could start somewhere else, which leads them here, and then this leads them somewhere, right? You mix and you match it, like Brent said. It has to make sense that's relevant to what other businesses are doing, you know, or close to, because not everybody has the traffic just coming from Facebook. Some is TikTok, some is Facebook, some is YP.com. You'd be surprised. Others is eating off Yelp hard, right? It depends. So I hope that helps. And it took a lot for me to even peel this out, right? Because now it's exposed. It's out there. People are going to try to clone it. So it's all good. For you guys, this is a hell of a lot of work. I'm going to keep it real with you. There is no like step-by-step process or SOP. The good news is my team can do it for you, right? But it's not cheap. I'm going to keep it real with you. This is a lot of work. And I don't even think I even showed all the rest of it, some other properties that are all, you know, embedded in there. But
now, let me tell him something. So even if he's telling you it's not cheap, okay, the only thing, maybe he'll correct me on this one, the only thing I've seen come close to this is like the old G, Marco, Brad Benner, and all them, their stack, right, that they do is like a lot of this. He's already said that. Their training on stacks, correct me if I'm wrong, is I believe $4,000. So to tell me that it's, you know, and we already had someone comment, man, that looks like a lot of work. Yeah, that's what we call this. I've seen Chris though take the same type like this and take a G site and get it ranked for New York City SEO. I'm not talking about some little rinky dink, ain't got no goddamn traffic keyword. You know, I'm talking about actual traffic, actual keyword that's good in getting it ranked with a damn G site, not a regular site. The book, what's his name was asking? Yes, George, it is by Dixon Jones, Entity SEO.
I highly recommend that. I highly recommend that. If you need to start with the free article on his website, you know, read that and then let it open your eyes up, and then grab the audio book. Whatever you need to do it. Because if you still don't understand entities, person, places, things, you got a fucking problem. I'm letting you know now. So like, just go, you know, go learn what you need to learn. So, and to answer your question, yes, them guys charge a lot for what they do, and not in any comparison way, just calling a spade. This is way more stuff than what they offer on theirs. A lot more.
I already took the questions out if y'all want to answer these.
For sure.
Tumblers are 2.0s, correct? Yes.
Yes.
Someone is asking, I don't know if you want to talk about how to do this or not. I could tell you, but how do you make your folders public? Because after the update, you know, you can't have public folders, but there are ways around.
Yeah. So the short answer is, one, you can buy a really old aged Gmail. If it's aged, it will give you public folder. The second way is you can get a script, and a script then will strip the update and make it public. And as long as you have one drive that'll give you public, then you can then you can make as many folders as you want. And you can send folders to another G drive, to a Google Drive, and make those public as well.
Okay, so what tool, I'm just going through these guys because I took them down for you. What tool are you using to get all the keywords? You're probably using SEMrush or Ahrefs to pull all the keywords plus some research of your own.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, I'll let y'all answer because the answer to my is always, unfortunately, I use multiple tools. Facts. But
Yeah,
not
that's
one-
what I'm saying. You're
not
probably
one
using
tool.
multiple things.
There is no tool that gives me
Yeah.
Show me one
And-
tool that gives you all the fucking data, please. I swear.
And
That's
someone's
what I would love
asking,
it.
for instance, like the keywords, you'll go into SEMrush and they'll say one thing, but this is one of those ways where, you know, me and Brent and Mike, we've talked about this before, like driving directions. That was not my thing. That was Brent telling me, hey, what about driving directions from your competition? I'm like, huh? And then I thought about it and then I'm like, start using it. Same thing with these buckets, right? So, and you'll hear me say this a lot. Google gives you what you need. Stop using these fucking tools all the damn time and relying upon just them. SEMrush will give you a list of, if you will, keywords, but they're not going to go, okay, when you go to images, show you the different buckets of keywords. They're not going to do that. So you have to put those things together. The biggest tool, when everybody asks, what's the number one tool you should be using when it comes to SEO? Your brain.
Yeah, Google.
You know, and Google literally goes, this is why I say Google tells you what you go to enter in plumber near me, and Google says, here's the other questions people are asking. Here's the other keywords they're asking. Google's literally, SEOs make it so goddamn stupidly complicated where Google goes, here's what people are actually looking for, you know, and they say, people are actually asking these questions. You maybe want to add these into your GMB, maybe into your facts, you know, but then we go, let me go over to SEMrush and see what SEMrush says. Give a shit what a SEMrush says. What does Google say?
Think about this strategy. So if you go to Google Search Console and look through Google Search Console on whatever, you know, keyword or niche you're in, and you check out the really absurd keywords that make no sense to your niche. Well, they're associating it to that niche for some reason, right? So then use a tool and go to your competitor and find out what in-name title page he's got that a keyword that all of his front pages or the landing page of his website is ranking for 150 keywords. Go make an exact match in title page and just start siphoning off his biggest traffic. And all of that is because Google's telling you in the Google Search Console and the amount of words that he's putting to a main page what you should be after. Very similar to the buckets in the images.
We're just talking about that. I did that on a YouTube. It's this last night called Google Domination. And I literally go, you know, one of the ways I do research, I go to a competition, top competitor sitemap, pull all their damn pages, and then go all in title, semicolon, quote, and I can guarantee you, let's say they got 50 pages, probably half of them I could take all the damn organic rankings for. So it's not, you know, you got to use multiple tools to do a lot of this shit. It's not going, if you're going to think you're going to get one tool, you know,
So,
it's just not going to happen.
I heard someone say FAQ, and I forgot to even show the little FAQ page too at the end. So it's not super heavy, but just, you know, a couple of top questions. Got the, you know, FAQ section, get those answered in there as well. I don't use these to try to rank them, right? But people have ranked them, like Will just said, and also, like, you know, this will start ranking for your brand, you know, pretty easily. I just don't try to rank them. You understand? I'm in a very competitive niche and I just never really focused on that. But this thing is a beast to link build on, right? Some people get super spammy, send all types of links, right? Some people a little bit more conservative, at least on the topical part of it. I've done both. You know what I mean? I say that's on you. But if you're not link building and sending traffic to this, then I don't understand why even, go through all the gusto. Now, a part of it that I kind of left out was the whole IFTT part of it and what comes with that, the accounts that get created and syndicating, right? So real fast, when you have an IFTT network, you set what the trigger is. Either a YouTube video is the trigger. You can set it up where a blog post on your blog or your client's blog is a trigger. You could put it where, if you get fancy, a GMB post is a trigger. A tweet could be a trigger, right? Feel me? As options. Those are the main ones I just said. So when we set up the IFTT, let's say we're doing it for you, you tell us what your trigger is, right? So anytime you do a new GMB post, this is what's going to happen. It's going to also go to Twitter. It's going to also be a post on your Tumblr. It's going to also go on your Medium, your Blogspot, your whatever, all these different properties that are part of this IFTT network, right? So automatically, every time you do a GMB post or a trigger action, you're syndicating your content throughout the internet, right? If you're doing image SEO, that means you're getting images with your NAP and logo and maybe your keyword on it. If you're doing shit right and you're targeting those buckets that Brent just told you about, right? That's image SEO. That's doubling up just by doing syndication, right? People wonder, I wonder if that shit still works. Hell yeah. So the IFTT is like step one. You build out all those properties, set up the syndication, and then we build out the Google stack, all those properties that you saw, including the S3 site, that Press Advantage hub page for press releases, right? The Pearl trees where we embedded everything. We build out all these different things, and then they all get embedded on the Google site, which is the hub, right? Which you're going to use again for link building and for sending traffic to the properties that you want to hit through it. Guys, do you have any questions? And I wanted to just say, I saw 2 comments that had me cracking up. Somebody said this G site has more content than all their rank and rent sites. That's hysterical. And then I think Holly says something about, yeah, this is like that, some OCD stuff or something. I found that.
Yeah, OCD. There's one more as a t-shirt worthy, I believe. It says, this is the SEO equivalent of money laundering.
Yeah, nice.
I wrote that one down. Geo-specific variations, yes. Every brand, geo-specific, and keywords. He's always going to say that to you guys. Do you have or recommend any IFTT training? If this, then that training at all? We've actually never done any IFTT training in GMB Pros whatsoever. So that may be something in the future. RSS feeds, yes, it's this. We use the same thing. He uses RSS app. Then there's another website that I use as a tool where I could take any website whatsoever and make it an iframe. It can take anything I want and make it an iframe, really. No, he doesn't have an SOP on this. There's no way to have an SOP on this because you're all, it's just not. Sending traffic. Do you send traffic? Yes, he's already said he sends traffic.
Oh my God, bro. Holly said it's probably the truest stack I've ever seen. Holy shit. Wow. Good looking, Holly. I'm not even mad at you for calling me an asshole no more at the beginning of the call. I'm just playing, Holly. You call me whatever you want. Thank you also. That means a lot. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I saw that and I felt like I just got an award. I just won a BET award or something. So
Grant, George, if you need to email me, just drop that, and you're not just specifically with that link, just drop that link to me in private message regarding that video. Sending traffic, of course he's sending traffic. Is he going to tell you how much? No, he's going to tell you test. It varies. So
matter of fact, so get it. So guys, I never have an offer, right? I always just come on here for all this time. And guess what? Tonight's the night we got an offer for y'all, right? So it's two-parted too. Let me make sure I get this right. So if you want us to build my team to build one of these sites for y'all, we could do that. And the price is $497, right? And it comes with all that work. If you need to fully understand what it comes with, hit me up and I'll get, send you more details so you can understand the scope on the work, right? Turnaround time, 30 days. Try to get it to you sooner, but it's a lot of work, right? So you need 30 days. And plus, I'm Merlino. I'm always gonna tell you more, get it to you quick, over deliver, under promise, whatever the fuck it is. Now, the great part about this is, right, because I don't want someone to say, oh man, I bought this, but now, 10 million questions, right? How do I run the CTR? How do I do this? So if you buy that, right? Only if you buy that, don't use the second link and try to say, oh, I'm gonna have Merlino set up my shit. It's not gonna happen. If you buy the hero stack and you want the upsell, which would be the second link, then my team, we will set up traffic for you. Right? Because we'll already have all the properties. We're definitely going to ask you to take a peek into your insights and your GSC, right? Brenna's like an agent with that shit, right? Like not playing. We need to see that data. And we'll set everything up for you so that we can streamline you getting to the success, right? Versus how much traffic do I send here? How do I do that? What's link go for? And, blah, 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 blah. So $497 if you want us to do all the work. And then another $497 for the done for you. And that'll be for a month. And if you want to keep it going, then it'll be the same $497 a month. You can stop it whenever you want. If you guys have any questions, let me know so I can answer it because it's already almost 9. I think I'll stay on longer, but Willie Will got that busy calendar.
And we're going to do a free giveaway at the end.
Patrick said, William, after seeing this demo, what are you going to change to your G stacks? Holly, ETA on 497. Do you pull all the keywords? Holly, so for you, we can. Usually we ask for the keywords, but Brent, we got Holly. All right.
Yeah, we got Holly.
Janet said, oh my God, that is a great deal. If you need one, thank you, Janet. We just give you the site and base keyword. We just give you the site. Well, for you, Holly, yeah, a couple keywords would be good. If you have any socials for it already, give us that so we don't build more. But if it's like a brand new, something, then yeah, just give us the site, the base keyword. What else would we do? GMB, just the GMB. Because mind you, this is all GMB based. It's just that GMB went down. So it came the perfect sample site because I don't like showing nothing live for me or a client or anything, Yes, we're creating the content, yo. Everything is done for you.
So
we'll create the Twitter account. We'll create everything. You just pay and sit the fuck back and wait. That's it.
Content alone, just to give you an example, okay, 10,000 words of content, which comes with our little $150 thing, that's normally $500. So just the content alone that he's putting on here is worth about $1,000. I mean, if you look at it, I know there's at least 10,000 words of content on it, at least. So it's well worth it.
Bambi, if you have the socials already, right? When you order, send over what you have and we'll so if you have IFTT hooked up already, let us know. But if you don't have that, then you send what we'll have. We'll build around those. We'll need the logins to those, right? We always use a proxy. If you have a proxy, we could use yours. And then we'll go in, hook up the syndication, and then go on from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Holly.
I already know what you're thinking, Holly.
Yeah, so Holly, that's so funny because we all got so now there's gonna be a lot of different G sites coming out, right? Different types, and that's one of the ones that we were already talking about. Oh, the Holly special, right?
Me and Holly already thinking about that, both of us. Me and her are always talking about YouTube. So I see someone the other day comment on a YouTube channel, said the new YouTube queen. I was like, nah, bitch, you're a long way away from that shit. Oh man, I'll hit
Holly
you up
said
on the
she ordered.
order.
All right, good. Because I forgot to say I didn't even test the damn link, and I don't even know if I did the shit right in Stripe. So I guess it went through, right? It worked.
I'm proud of you. When I saw you drop that Stripe, I was like, my boy done grown up.
This guy, yeah, you damn near gave me an ultimatum this morning. I was like, damn, man, this is crazy right here.
You did it right. You
and-
did it right. Done fuse CTR with a hero stack. That's absolutely right, bro.
Holly said, no way I'm gonna build this. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. Well, just when I go back and forth with my team about no, I did that, and I look, it's annoying just looking at everything to make sure it's all right. So can you imagine doing all the work, bro? Yeah, I remember my team. I was like, yo, now y'all gonna use Staxio. I don't want to hear it. We need to speed this shit up. They were like, oh yeah. All right, watch this, Mike. Bam, they give me something. And bro, you can see my team makes shit look nice, right? But you can
That's what I
only do what
said. There's few and far betweens. Someone that literally asked, Patrick said, so what you're telling me is you took Williams' team and embedded that on your damn G site?
Well, listen, when my
there's not
VA
many
showed
teams
me-
that will make stuff look beautiful like that, because originally when we started doing G stacks like this, it was the gross looking crap that just slapped on there and I didn't like it. Then I didn't say nothing to old Francis. It made the tools came back with something that looks like this. Not exactly, but something that looks like this. And I was proud. I was like, man, it actually looks like a legitimate website, because if it does get indexed, I still want it.
Yeah, that shit is getting indexed.
Once it starts getting indexed and it's ranking, I want people to actually not go, oh my God, let me bounce away from the site. I want them to stay on there and dig in. You know what I'm saying?
Let me share my screen. I forgot to show this because the GMB is down, right? But check it out, yo. So, I mean, it's a Google site, right? But fuck it. If it's going to rank, if people end up on it, I might as well try to make it convert. Like, we got a call to action. Like, this is click to call, bro, on a Google site. Like, come on now. Up here, more details. It's not working now because the GMB is down. So it's just going to the site, right? But that will go to the GMB if you wanted to. This could be, and on my sites, you best fucking believe that's a manipulated URL that gets swapped out quite often, right? Bro, listen, y'all know I'm not the salesperson. I'm surprised I'm even the one that told y'all the price. I just kept talking and Brent didn't probably, so I apologize. But if you have questions, ask. And if not, I really don't really care. Because this is what I do. Y'all always asking, Berlino, what do you do? What do you do? Will twist my arm, teach. All right. You think I joke around when I say I do a lot of shit, right? Here's an example of one of the things that I do, because there's just one. And everything that we do is not simple. Because my mind don't work like that. Y'all hear me talk. I go here, there, but the shit all comes together very beautifully, poetically.
You're constantly learning. It's like when someone asks earlier, it's like, how's my sock going to change? Y'all already, it's like, I already go, Francis, look at this stack. Go study this bitch.
Yeah.
Find if he's doing something different, I want to add that into my shit. So you're always learning. It's
how
not
you think I got to this point? Hey, Will, how you think I got to this point? Them people you mentioned, my boys, right? They got some, they had the sickest stacks in the game, right? Yep. They had a little split up, whatever. A lot of people waiting on orders for a long time. I was like, yo, listen, man, I'm not waiting this long for an order. When I finally got one back, right? Yeah. I told my team, listen, man, do the shit like this. Yep. They did it like this. And then my guy came back to me and he was like, hey, this is nice. This is beautiful. We learned a lot, right? From reverse engineering, right? But, and I have their training. I'm in their mastermind. Let's not get that twisted, right? But that's too much work. Just reverse engineer it by looking at it. My guy says, bro, we're doing shit that,
they're not doing.
We're not taking it out, Mike. Like my team talks to me like that when they know something is official tissue. Yeah. Like, Mike, we need to merge this shit. So then
that's my point. Is
I never had no local. I never had a local weather widget on it, Will, till I met Will. Yep. Right. Then throw the local right. Brox came out with something in the course that's on there. I shouldn't even have said unless you had the course. Now that's on there, right? Adapt, learn. Brent's
you constantly are learning and adding it in. No, you just constantly learning and adding in. And most people's like, I don't give a shit who came up with the thing. Does it fucking work? That's all people care about. They don't care, did Merlino or Brent or William or Brock or whoever came up with it, or the fuck, does it fucking work? And is it going to give me calls and leads? That's all I want to know. And then start doing it and testing it. Don't just come into class and be like, oh my God, either A, take the time and try to reverse engineer it, right? Or pay the man. I'm going to tell you straight up, just fucking pay the man, because 10,000 words of content's $500 at 25 a pop. And that's still cheap. You know, he should be charging at least $1,000, at least, you know, so.
Yo, Patrick said, how do you protect the site from evil shit? Because you can't, right? And then Mike, I didn't know just how thorough you are until now.
It's easy. Be more evil.
Hold on, Patrick, what kind of thorough do you mean? Like a thoroughbred, if you know what that means? Brooklyn shit? Or like, you know, I'm thorough, like, you know, detail orientated, curious to know. Michael, with the RSS and the IFTT, don't make, because hey, ain't nobody call me thorough in a minute, bro. I'd be like, yeah, I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
Don't it make the site that is constantly feeding it and change? Yeah, exactly, Alfredo, right? So the whole point of this Google site, well, not the whole point. One of the points is, right? How do I keep Google crawling this? How do I keep, you know, how do I keep it relevant, right? Local news widget, local posts. Every time a Facebook, a syndication, exactly what you just said, there's a tweet, you know, that shit is updating their RSS feeds. Then you're sending traffic on it on top. So it's like Google, you know, they got to pay attention. They got to pay attention. I think Brent mentioned, you know, your referral traffic in GSC starts looking nice. You can start like controlling it, right? And then guys, remember, this is one thing I do for traffic, right? One of Mike's tactics. There's others that I do that get the referral traffic, you know, stack them in it on top, looks so sexy.
That's what I was saying, I think a couple of weeks back, where I said, you know, Michael, y'all come in here and be like agency assassin or whatever, or CTR doesn't work. You know, reality is Michael uses, let's say Michael uses 4 or 5 goddamn things at one time. You can't say something doesn't work unless you literally, this is what I've said before, you can't really even say it doesn't work unless you went, I'm not doing nothing else. I'm not doing links. I'm not doing GMB posts. I'm not doing reviews. I'm not doing nothing. And I'm only doing this one little fucking thing. And then I'm going to sit back and see if it works. You know, but you can't
Let me
do
go
that,
back.
you know.
Let me go back to what I was trying to tell before. I mean, it's the algorithm, right? So now can you think of the amount of traffic in CTR that you can send with all of these links rolling up and sending it back to your money site? It's infinite. There, you know, you never have to send another one bit of traffic to your money site. Everything is going to be referral traffic, which is as much branded traffic as you want, as much referral traffic as you want. And we all know that Google works the same way as the prom. You know, there's a prom king and a prom queen, and how many people pointed at them? That's the best. That's how they pick them. And that's how page one gets picked. That's how GMBs get picked. And this is pointing, you are doing your own work to point at yourself nonstop. Brilliant.
Bingo. Patrick asked, he's like, how do you get certain keywords to pop out into your knowledge panel?
So again, it's the amount of traffic to that keyword based on your niche and your group of competitors. You know, you can make anything, any person, place, or thing, a knowledge panel with enough traffic.
Let's see here. Dude, I already test. Don't want. Yeah, exactly. Test. No, I'm not saying no one tests. I'm just saying that's exactly what they do. I was saying about something I said the other day, bro. Let's see.
Oh yeah, so I do see Holly bought a couple people. I don't know. This Stripe is weird, but I know her email. All right, so we got one sale. Well, we got Holly. We got somebody. Somebody will benefit from the hub. That's all I gotta say. That should make me happy in itself.
I just bought.
Nice. Thank you, Will.
I'll send you over something too.
Will it be having them shits reverse engineered real quick?
Nope, I ain't even see. You don't understand. I already sent
Too
them
much
that
shit
to
to go
say,
through.
Francis, go look at. This is for my fucking YouTube. Me and Holly think a lot alike. You know, I had a guy reach out to me, Holly, you'd like this. He said, dude, why are you trying to rank for SEO? Leave that stupid term alone. And he said, I've seen your shit. He's like, you can rank for like, you know, business mindset, financial goals. He said, start a damn financial channel up and start, making a lot of money instead of this little rinky dink shit.
Go ask everybody about YouTube and see what they tell you. They tell you to make a silo in a playlist.
Yep.
Did you see the silo that just rolled in front of you? That silo was big, man. That's the biggest silo that you're ever gonna see.
I'm just mad that I can't show one of my real ones because, bro, I promise you, listen, y'all would have fucking laughed because it would have took EJ, how long, bro, does it take? I mean, like 2-4 minutes, maybe, for the website to load. Like, I'm not joking. It's that many embeds. It's that much shit going on. It's crazy. It's nuts. I love it.
I think we answered all the questions.
Let's see here. Graham, he'll be buying it in a few weeks. It's an ICBM silo. Mike, do a page for each big city and you will take over the state.
Oh yeah, so we didn't even show that. This one doesn't even have it. So matter of fact, good point. So this one doesn't have it, but what we do is, right, we start off like this and then we do what they just said. Each location gets its own, it's like a location expansion, right? Which is following semantics training. And then it's like basically like the home page, not all that stuff, but close to it, but with that location, right? Which boosts that proximity. So yeah, I do that absolutely, absolutely. And again, I do a lot of different Google sites. This is just one. This is the traffic hub.
So I know you implement fast as shit. By the what time I'm back tonight from hiking, you probably already implemented the stack. Oh my God. Let's see here. Holly, you can protect it by indexing the main buffer and everything else not indexed. Google will still scan it. And who cares if it's not seen? William Jones can attest to not being indexed content still ranks the SERPs. Yeah, it rocks the SERPs. I don't care if it's indexed, honestly.
There's two places to index, right? You can index, there's a forward index and a reverse facing index. Yeah. And if you're in a reverse facing index, doesn't mean you don't get seen on the SERP, but Google still crawls it and still uses an entity, and it's still a no follow link, and those no follow links are still sending tons of power. It's still known as a property.
Here's a good one for you. If you had multiple GMBs in the same city, could you or would you create one of these stacks per GMB?
I would do one for each. Mike might have a different opinion, but I would separate everything.
It depends. Is each GMB on its own website or is it all on one website?
Oh, you'd like an overall look? Yeah, that's a good point.
So, because if it's a multi-location website, all on one website, then I would do it all on one G site, right? First, and each location would be that location page we just said, right? And the GMB would be associated with that. Only that one would be embedded on that. The home page would be the main. That would be where I would start. That doesn't mean I wouldn't create a Google site for each GMB on itself and really niche down and or brand down, right? Depends which way I'm gonna go. There's a lot of options with these sites.
Yeah,
really what you want to do.
Mike, I think if they were all branded the same, you could start with one. If they're not all branded the same and you're lead genning them out,
no, then separate. Absolutely.
Yeah, separate.
Yeah.
I sent you a message, Mike. Just reply back whenever you get a moment afterwards. All right. Okay. We got 40 people in here. I want someone, well, anybody, as long as y'all are here. If you're not here, sorry about that. Mike just dropped both links for the hero stack and the CTR. I believe I bought just correct me if I didn't. I believe I bought the CTR or the hero stack, but just let me know, Mike, if you need something else. So,
Okay.
Guess the number 1 through 50. I'm gonna run the random number guesser, and whoever got close to it wins. And you get to
I'm gonna
pick
win, and
whatever-
I put 23 first, just so you know, Dennis.
and you get to pick whatever the hell you want off of Rank Fortress.
I want to see your screen while you shit while you
Oh,
doing
I
while you
am.
spinning
Oh,
the wheel,
I
bro.
am.
Yeah, let's
I
keep this
am,
shit
bro.
all the way a buck. Keep this shit all the way a buck.
All right, because it, you know. All right, y'all see my screen?
Yep.
Let me open up the chat because I want to see whose numbers are who. That way y'all can see it all at one time. There we go. All
I'm
right.
on 23, baby.
What in between
So
1 and
whoever guessed it first. So if you put 23 first, Mike put
I
23
put it first, trust me.
I seen it. So
I
if
was
there's
in there
multiple. So here we go. Generate the 50 is the maximum. The minimum is 0 because I know there'll be someone that does it. Number 15, whoever's
no.
the closest to number 15, got Bambi at 11. She's the first at 11.
See Aiden at 17.
12
Aiden
at Graham. And Aiden at 17.
I think Aiden got it.
I'm 15 or 13.
No.
I'm 13.
14
got
right
13,
here,
Brent?
Mr. Graham.
Oh, it's a tie
Graham.
between Brent and Aiden then. Oh no, Ben got 14 unless he just dropped it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Are people cheating?
Nope. It was Ben. That's what I said as soon as I saw the 14. So Ben, you're good, man. What you're going to do, you're going to PM me or send me a message at im@rankfortress.com. im@rankfortress.com. You get to pick out whatever you want on rankfortress.com. It's not going to be just, if you want backlinks, I'll do backlinks. But if you want an SEO package, that's what you get. A guy picked out one yesterday. It was $1,600 package. And yes, he did get it. So, but we appreciate you guys. I'm going to start doing this every class, every freaking class. Okay. This will be uploaded in the back end at CTR Geeks at rankfortressacademy.com. So if you haven't been,
last thing I'm gonna say, guys, if you buy one of those things, buy the done for you traffic, please. Like, please, you know what I mean? So that we could just get it. Thank you.
yeah, Mike, I bought one of the links. So just tell me which one.
You don't need you don't need traffic, bro. Like, you know, I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? But for them, and you know, like, I'm not gonna tell Holly buy the traffic package.
And someone adds, like, I do the will stack. You know, the will stack, I use RSS feeds and embeds in, and then we send traffic to those posts and stuff. So I know it fucking works. You know, so I bought from the first link, whatever that was Bambi. We'll be posting another class. Today is Thursday. I'll verify with him because I know his wife is in Russia and you're talking about Tony. But I'll make sure, you know, but if that will be right now, what time is it?
9:20.
Yeah, I'll be in about 4 hours, but yeah. What happens, Patrick, I'll drop the email regardless. And if I don't, then I'll drop it inside the group and say, hey, you know, let me see here.
Hey, Joseph, I see your message coming in privately. Email me. Email me and Brent info@ctrgeeks.com. Whether you have questions or you ordered, please, because I'm new to that. I just set up a Stripe link. I don't think I'm getting email notifications. So I want to know that you ordered so we could get your details. I'll email you a link to a Google Sheet or an Excel where it's an intake form. You just fill the shit out and we off and running. Yeah, Holly, you good. I'm not ghosting you. Holly, you good.
Holly, you're asleep by then. Holly, on what we were talking about earlier, just let me know what time works for you too. So cool, outstanding today. Merlina, what are those links? Can you
let me send them again. Let me put the because I have too many Facebook profiles. Let me put the in case they don't have it, my Facebook profile, in case you got some questions. Hey Brent, you want me to give them the GMB one or your main one?
GMB.
Okay, hold on 1 minute. So guys, just so you know, right? My guy Brent, he does this on the side because I kind of put him in a headlock and I force him to a little bit because he has, you know, a very, very busy life. Bother me more than him if it's, you know, stuff because he's very, very busy. Also, you could ask in the group, which I'm gonna drop here as well. Try to be as helpful as we can. And if you're gonna hit me up, yo, because I'm busy and as y'all know, I'm not regular, like send me an audio message with everything you're trying to get out, or take time out and type out the whole fucking thing. Don't send me 1 word, 2 words, and then like, come on, man, we grown. Like, I don't want to hear my notifications going off 10,000 times. Sorry if y'all think that's rude, but I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
No, he's like me. I'll put your ass on ignore the whole damn conversation if you just keep.
No, but
at
bro,
it,
tell me it's not bad when somebody sends you a message. Hi.
it's stupid.
Hey,
bro.
I wanted to ask you a couple of like, come on, man, put that all in one message. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there goes. I mean,
You're
I'm trying to
true.
see, what does it say? Gone.
Gonna send.
Okay.
Yo, why are we both
Send.
turning our head too, right? I
Why
started
are you
turning
turning
my,
your heads? I'm like, what the? It's not. What?
for some
Holly.
reason, I thought that was gonna help, Holly. You heard?
Wait,
I don't know.
Because you were doing it, so I think William was doing it too. Like,
You know
what
what it
Yeah.
is? I'm not even a Scrabble player, but I think it's because it looks like, you know, like when you're playing Scrabble. So it's like, hold on, let me see what I got.
I think you gotta don't smoke so much during a webinar, yo.
No,
They
I think that I didn't even get to. I smoked 1/2 a joint and took 1 dab. It's terrible.
Oh my gosh. Love you guys. It's funny. All right. We're gonna get off here. What'll happen is that link, Mike, I need you to send me those links as well, because what I'll do is I'll drop them in the back end as well
Okay.
of the course. And then I'll put them inside of the group today too. So you know, if y'all weren't, you know, people aren't here, they're not gonna be getting a lot of this shit. So y'all be here on time, stay to the end, you know, ask your questions. But next week we'll be going over different subjects and stuff like that. So appreciate everybody that's been here. Appreciate you both. And I will see y'all again. And then tomorrow later today, we got Tony from Link Daddy. And then tomorrow we got Mr. Chris Palmer. All right. You guys take care. Be blessed. Have a good day.
Thanks, everybody.
Ciao, y'all.